Getafe decked out. 20 seconds in, Lindsay, what can we expect again from this match?
Well, as I said before, Zaragoza will be happy to have players like Everton back on the roster for this game. There's just one change for Getafe, and it's Boateng. He's coming back in place of Adrian. The thing that impressed me, Pablo, about Getafe in that midweek win against Valencia was, for the most part, containing Villa, Mata, Joaquin, and David Silva. Now, Villa scored one goal, but they didn't give up anything, really. They had some good goalkeeping as well. They were very, very good in the defensive shape. And it was an excellent win for Getafe at home against a very good Valencia side. So we'll see how it works today, but this is going to be a difficult side to score against Getafe.
Besides the one goal by Villa didn't really get much touches. Zaragoza now playing with the lone striker Arismendi. Let's see if Getafe can bottle him up the same way they did David Villa, the superstar. Again, Lindsay, you mentioned it, only had one goal, and that's it. Getafe great defensively, offensively as well, especially with Pedro de Leon. There he is with the ball inside to Manu. Manu drops it back. Look at the passing by Getafe. The visitors coming out strong. A minute 35 in. Getafe getting a little bit closer with Manu, Boateng, and Pedro de Leon as the three strikers.
And Getafe fans will remember that this is where the club made their debut in the Primera, Getafe, when they were promoted not too long ago.
Back in 2004-05 season, first time Getafe was in the top flight. Oh, I think they like it in the top flight. They don't want to go back. Zaragoza, meanwhile, they were in the second division last season, finished in second place with a good record in the second division of 23 wins to only 7 losses. Of course, Jerez won the second division title. Lindsay, Jerez has yet to score a goal in the first division as of the start of this round.
Yes, and there's a big difference between the two clubs. Obviously, Zaragoza's history in the Primera is well documented. Jerez never in LaLiga until this season.
Controlled by Getafe. Zaragoza up against the ropes early on. It's all visitors here. Of course, the story right now, never before had Real Madrid and Barcelona both won their first 4 games in one season. Well, now they both won their first 5 games, and I think, Lindsay, that race is going to go all day long. Zaragoza with a counterattack. The flag stays down, able to control it down the sideline. Lopez waiting. He's got 2 men in the middle. Oh, just past the end line. What a great chance to cross it in. He was not able to do it.
Good effort this time. I think Arismendi was so close to keeping that ball in. He scored a couple goals for them already. And again, they're looking for more balance. They did get a goal from Abel Aguilar in the midweek, Pablo, the Colombian international, that gave them the draw in that game against Gijon, so that was good news as well. I think Zaragoza is going to be okay. I really do, when they get some more of their players back and get settled a little bit more here this season.
Well, they're 15th in the standings. The top is 8th, but again, only 2 points separate the two. So Zaragoza can take a big jump if they can pick up the 3 points right here. The battle at the top is going to be close all season long, Lindsay. Also, the battle at the bottom. Getafe finished last season in 17th. They want to get as far away from that relegation zone as they can.
And as we mentioned Wednesday, Pablo, they too have a very balanced squad. They have some very good veterans, outstanding defensive players. Diaz was outstanding in particular against Valencia, I thought. And they have the young players coming out of the Real Madrid system. Obviously, the club is in the community of Madrid. So they've got a good roster to work with and an excellent manager, Michel. And I believe he debuted for Real Madrid here at La Romareda as well as a player.
Again, this is the site of Getafe's first ever game in the first division back in the 04-05 season. Getafe decked out, wearing the all-blue unis. In this one, Zaragoza with the white tops. Finally to Arismendi. Perfect slide tackle by Rafa. Getafe's manager. Mane with the clear. Getafe team that likes to play it out from the back with short passes. They don't just always put it up.
Excellent.
Dangerous.
Sorry, Pablo. Excellent shape, as you mentioned, defensively and when they have the ball, when they win the ball.
Little push from behind. Referee letting it play on.
When you talk about Getafe again, just briefly, in that midfield, Gavilan, Celestini, Cascaro, 4-3-3 again in this match. Three experienced midfielders.
Back to study.
And let's not forget there's plenty of experience for Zaragoza as well. Ayala in the back. So much experience for Argentina, of course, and for Valencia. 4-2-3-1 for Zaragoza.
The one being Ángel Javier Arismendi, who got a touch already for Zaragoza. Again, Valencia with all their talented wingers and striker David Villa as well as Mata, they were controlled the whole match. Extremely impressed by how Getafe played during that midweek match that we showed you on Goal TV.
And it was very important for them to get the victory as well. Had struggled the prior two matches.
Pulido. Zaragoza tied Sporting Gijón 1-1. The one goal by Gijón, a costly mistake by Ayala in the back. Aguilar. Good pass by Aguilar. Arismendi one-on-one. The flag came up. I'm not so certain. Like to watch it again. Ángel Javier Arismendi all alone, but the flag up for an offside.
No, here's the replay. The ball is played there. No doubt about that. Diaz stepping forward that time a little bit.
Both Getafe and Zaragoza have Argentine goalies and Argentine center backs, with Ayala on one side and Diaz on the other. Shot taken just wide of Juan Pablo Carrizo's goal.
This again is somewhat indicative of Getafe. They're not afraid to tee it up from almost any angle, any distance. Manu looking to add to his total. He had the brace in that midweek victory against Valencia.
Soldado on the bench again for Getafe. Lindsay didn't start the last match. Manu played so well. Coach saying, why not? Let's keep going with him.
He definitely made the most of his touches. He really didn't have a lot of shots on goal, but when you have two finishes like that.
Manes into the 18. Of course, Soldado scored a hat-trick in the opener. He was the leading scorer after round one. Has not scored since. Lopez. Diaz. Backs it back to his compatriot, Ustadi. Back again to Ustadi.
I thought we might see Jermaine Pennant out there today, but he's on the bench, and it's the young Croatian Babic starting alongside Aguilar and Lopez for Zaragoza.
Arismendi. Good work by Arismendi to force the corner kick. Rafa could not get back in time. Pennant hobbled just a bit. An ankle injury. He's not in the starting lineup. First corner kick of the game for the home team. Jorge Lopez. PK spot headed out of there by Celestini. Switch by Gabi. Good ball to Jorge Lopez, but the flag came up again. Twice now. Zaragoza is close. They just can't beat that referee's assistance flag.
That on the Getafe defense, and again, the ball is played there. Now, that was very, very close, as it is so many times.
Back to Diaz. Torres, another player that had a good match against Valencia, pushing up. Again with Diaz.
Well, you can just see the way Getafe play when they have the ball in the midfield. They train a lot on positioning, running off the ball, because they typically don't give the ball away easily.
Both these teams can score from set pieces. We saw Pedro León score a spectacular goal against Valencia, and he came close on another 2 free kicks. Well, let's see if Pedro León can give it another crack this time. But 12 minutes in, they've shut down number 20, yet to get a touch for Getafe. More action from LaLiga coming up. Deportivo La Coruña taking on Villarreal. This little jump over by match referee Isaac Gámez. Perfect switch, making the run. Finally, Pedro León gets a ball. Can he save it? He does. Crosses it inside. Carrizo took a chance by backtracking. Nobody made the run, and there we get our look. Pedro León, the player of the match, Lindsay, last week. Again, first touch, dangerous situation. Really like number 20's game.
I don't think his teammates realized he was going to get to that ball. That was really well played. Well, not just the set-piece goal that he scored, but his general ball striking ability, his technique is so good. Here we have him on the corner here.
La Romareda Stadium, seating capacity 35,000. Pedro León going front post, just a goal kick. It's amazing. Look at the standings out of the current moment right now, Lindsay. To find teams like Villarreal and Atletico Madrid so far back in the standings. Again, it's just 5 rounds, but 5 rounds pretty deep into the season for a club like Atletico Madrid.
Well, no question about it, especially when you have to finish in the top 6.
Remember, Deportivo La Coruña taking on Villarreal. That's coming up next. Villarreal, at the moment, second to last place in La Liga. This a team that just last season, Lindsay, people were talking about a team that could make a run in the Champions League. Now they're second to last place. How much emphasis you put on the coaching move and the coach moving over to take over Real Madrid?
I think it's significant because, again, he wasn't just a guy who came in there the last season. Pellegrini built that Villarreal side. And very, very involved, obviously, in the acquisition of players and their success. And no matter who comes in, that's a huge change. It really is.
Of course, Pellegrini, everything going roses for him with Real Madrid. Pellegrini putting a little bit of pressure on himself, saying we don't only need to win, we need to win and we need to impress and we need to keep our fans happy. So far, so good for Real Madrid. Back to this one, Zaragoza and Getafe, shot taken, and Ustari makes a mess out of that. And Zaragoza, yet another corner kick.
Ustari a little bit upset with himself. Here it is again. Not really cleared. Could have just let it go, obviously.
Completely lost track where he was. Here comes Jorge Lopez. Lopez, PK spot header, golazo, goal! Zaragoza is on the board. A mistake by Ustari hands the home team a corner, and Pavón takes advantage. Francisco Pavón, Barahona, the Spaniard, the header, the goal. Lopez put it on a platter, and Pavón headed it home.
It definitely was on a platter, but again, Pavón, the experienced defender, over 100 appearances for Real Madrid, steps in there. You know they've worked on this. Look at the swerve outward, away from the goalkeeper. Ustari can only look. Once again, Pablo, set pieces, critical. Zaragoza with the lead.
Well, Getafe was in the exact same situation, nearly the exact same minute mark against Valencia. They went down a goal early. Also, before the 20-minute mark, Getafe would come back and win 3-1, so do not count them out. But that was way too easy for Pavón.
You mentioned Ustari as well, and it was an odd play, wasn't it, where he touched the ball. He had no reason to touch the ball that led to the corner, and he just froze on the header.
Oh, you're mentioning Getafe has tons of Real Madrid players. So does Zaragoza. Pavón, an ex-Real Madrid player, entire career with Real Madrid until he joined Zaragoza back in 2007. More than 100 caps with Real Madrid. Here comes Getafe, ball sent into the hands of Carrizo. More than 100 games with Real Madrid. Lindsay, no goals. Now he's with Zaragoza, already knocked in 4 goals since joining the club in 2007. Back to Lopez. Lopez with an assist from that perfect corner kick. Arismendi. Nice switch now. It's Getafe back against the wall. Babbage opens it up. Ball sent inside. Header taken by Arismendi. Wide.
Well, just a bit of hesitation back there. I'm looking maybe at Rafa on this play. You know, Rafa is just a little bit behind the attacking player. Zaragoza may be sensing something here. Not necessarily Cata Diaz, but it's a little bit lax in the central defense on the corner, obviously, and then on that play.
Lopez. What a ball by Lopez. Here comes Zaragoza flying down the sideline. Arismendi. Arismendi with a cross. Oh, way too relaxed by Rafa. Drop back to Gabi. Gabi with a great ball. Header taken into the hands of Ustari. What pace by Zaragoza. Everything they want, Lindsay. It's working.
Definitely in the air, isn't it? This one again over the top, headed in. Again, that's a dangerous situation for Getafe. The marking is not tight enough.
First 5 minutes, the visitors look strong. After that, it's all Zaragoza. Here comes Getafe trying to respond. 20-minute mark. Lindsay, I do not remember a foul. What a clean game back and forth.
Well, it has been clean, and part of that is because Getafe have not really pressed enough in that attacking third. Let's see what they do now. And they had a lot of success against Valencia, Pablo, with that flank play. They got it to the wings. They were hitting balls right down the flank, long passes on the ground, trying to get behind the Valencia defense, which they did in that game. So far, they have not been able to do it, except for Leon once here in this one.
Oh, the midfield totally dominated by Zaragoza. I haven't mentioned Celestini, Gavilan, or Casquero for Getafe. Just no control at all by the visitors' midfield. Over to Cata Diaz, back to Ustari. Leon. Mistake by Pedrito. Pulido. You think a 3-1 victory over Valencia, Getafe is a bit overconfident entering this match, Lindsay?
I don't think they're overconfident. Again, you look at what Zaragoza have done on the goal, getting the ball in the air. Maybe they just don't think that Getafe is good enough defending in the air back there, and they're looking to expose that. Of course, Arismendi's a tall player and good in the air himself. But I don't think he's had a header yet.
Zaragoza has not won since they beat Tenerife at home 1-0. Then they fell to Sevilla. They fell at home to Valladolid. Very disappointing result for them there. Then they had to tie Sporting Gijón 1-1.
That was a real battle, too, in the midweek. Gijón, another team that's, they don't give up much.
Mane. Just a goal kick.
There he is, Arismendi. He's not just a target striker. He's pretty deceptive. He's got more ball skill than a lot of opponents realize.
Ángel Javier Arismendi, low striker for Zaragoza. Arismendi. Oh, I agree. I thought it was a corner kick, and they did give it to him. Last corner kick led to a Zaragoza goal by defender Francisco Pavón.
And again, let's watch where Getafe mark up here or not.
Jorge Lopez took the other one. See if he takes this one as well. It is number 7, Jorge Lopez. Lopez, head up, looking for Pavón again. Again, no problem. Now tenemos a Ayala. Flick back, 2 corner kicks, 2 goals. Both started by Jorge Lopez. A bit too easy for Zaragoza on the set pieces. This time, Abel Aguilar with the goal. Zaragoza, 2 corners, 2 goals.
Well, once again, let's look at the defending. We mentioned it, obviously, from the first goal. There doesn't appear to be any Getafe defender attacking the ball here. Marking a player is one thing, but you have to attack the ball. No, that's not good defending on the initial header, Pablo. That ball has to be attacked by the defender. He's looking at the player. You also have to know where the ball is. And that makes it. The first header. And then, now this is trouble for Getafe here. It's Aguilar, his second straight match with a goal here, the Colombian.
Born in Cali, Colombia, just 24 years old. He's on loan from Udinese, the Italian club. That old saying proves true again. 2 headers in a box equals a goal. They had Ustadi turning this way, they had Ustadi turning that way. Neither time correctly, and it's 2-0 Zaragoza. Balenci, the real danger for Getafe. Way too easy. Every single header has been won by Getafe, by Zaragoza.
And again, you mentioned Ustari, but he was definitely not to blame on that. The ball was swerving away from him. He cannot come out.
Now a chance. Out first, Carrizo, nothing Manu could do.
He cannot come out on that play, Ustari, and get a chance at the ball. He's got defenders in front of him. They know what they need to do. Just flat-footed again, Pablo. They weren't even ball watching. They were man watching on the play.
How soon do you start calling for changes? Maybe bring in a Soldado. Again, we're just 25 minutes in, but this game quickly getting away from Getafe.
Well, they've got to generate something in the attack in general, and they haven't done that. They haven't had a free kick. They've had 1 cross from Leon.
And here comes Zaragoza again. The midfield is all theirs. Marco Babic alone, left-footed shot. What a nice sliding tackle by the Argentine Cata Diaz, the ex-Boca Juniors.
Again, that's taken away down there. They had some of that against Valencia. Paredes, ex-Getafe player, as a matter of fact, that time defending for Zaragoza.
Diaz with the cross against Zaragoza. Prominent team in the first division. It's kind of strange to see them in the second division. Here comes Arismendi. Arismendi trying to get around Diaz, couldn't get around Torres. So I was saying it was strange to see them in the second division, but they were only gone 1 season, and now they are back.
Again, talked about Michel for Getafe. Garcia Torral, an experienced manager.
Pulido. "26 minutes in, Lindsay, I have yet to mention any player in the Getafe midfield. They have not touched a single ball. Forget about the forwards. Pedro Leon, we mentioned, he touched 1 ball, but Manu Boateng, haven't even seen him on camera. It's been all Zaragoza into the hands of Ustadi.
Another example of that, Pablo, as you mentioned, 50-50 ball. Get the foul this time. But that first touch always seems to be a Zaragoza player.
Back over to Diaz. They've had the ball so little, Lindsay, it looks like they're not quite sure what to do. That time to send long and quickly turned over. Paredes. His first half flying, though.
Yeah, just very little flank play from the visitors in this game. And whether Boateng is supposed to be wide, he appears to be in the middle now. Manu, maybe with the problem.
Is that Pavon?
Oh, it's Ayala.
The captain, Roberto Ayala. When Zaragoza went down to the second division, there was talk about them moving Ayala, and he said, no, I will stay with the team, and we will be back in the first division. Man of his word, he stayed with the team, and they are back in the first division. Ayala joined Zaragoza back in 2007 after 7 long years with Valencia.
It's been such a pleasure here on Gold TV to cover matches from which he's played. Valencia, a little bit with Villarreal.
Mane. Much better by Getafe this time. Over to Gavilan. Gavilan was playing more of a striker in the last game, Lindsay, that we did. Now way out wide on the left.
Well, one of the differences, the way I see it, Pablo, is Gavilan knew that Miguel for Valencia, their right back, loved to come up and attack, and so he would sprint behind him. That's not the setup here with Zaragoza. They're not going to be rushing forward with Pulido all the time.
Manu. Ruben Martin Pulido. Polishing that up right there. Top is giving up 2 goals on 2 corners. They are currently up a man. Ayala not in the pitch. Look at Ayala coaching while getting the little butterfly stitches working on. Pedro Leon. Leon. Back post. Boateng can't get there.
Different sort of corner, isn't it? This is, again, an in-swinger. Boateng. It's contact. Ayala's back on.
I don't remember a game that 30 minutes in, I've seen such few fouls. Maybe one?
Maybe, and again, that's not to just look. You know, you can't say fatigue. I mean, my goodness, they came off that great win. They should be raring to go in this situation, looking for another 3 points, taking on the challenge.
Lopez drops it back. Good ball. Back post. Again, all the headers going to Zaragoza. The marking atrocious by the visitors.
Yeah, and I just definitely think that they were looking at some DVDs of this Getafe side. Well played one-time ball in. Good balance again. Look at that. No delay. 3 players in the area that time, and that really should have been on goal.
And if Arismendi doesn't head it, he had a man, Gabi, right behind him, all alone. Over to Mane. Valencia's wondering, where was this Getafe team midweek?
A different style, though, isn't it?
A long ball, trying to hook up with Manu.
Look at that short passing. A lot of it was on the ground, not all of it for Valencia. Silva, Villa, Mata, Joaquin. And now you get a different type of team to play against here.
Carrizo. Look at Jorge Lopez, though, on the right side. There's nobody within 15 yards of him.
Well, they're doing a lot of good things, Zaragoza. Just keep bombing it in the air here. They're going to score again if Getafe doesn't sharpen up.
Arismendi leaves it for Jorge Lopez. Mane is there. I'm going to keep track of the fouls. 32 minutes, again, maybe one, if that. Not quite sure. There's one there, but Cleon says the referee. Gavilan can't control it. Back to Carrizo. Two Argentine goalies in this game.
Well, you mentioned Soldado. Another change that Michel might have to consider is bringing on Juan Albin to see if he can get the Uruguayan wide to get some possession.
Look at the good ball by Lopez. Puts it to Babbage. Babbage crosses it back in all alone. It should be 3-0. Wide open header. An easy goal. He just did not get high enough. Getafe's defense giving up all these air balls, and it's all Zaragoza.
Again, too slow. Look at the players running through. Onside. Should have been on goal. Jorge Lopez that time.
Ustari. Zaragoza, Lindsay, does not want to give away any more points. I think they're trying to get that third goal early, keep that pressure on, but they're missing these chances. If Getafe can just get one goal back, got ourselves a whole different ball game.
Well, Getafe is definitely the type of team that can change their personality from time to time, so you make a good point.
Again, here they come. Play on, says the referee. Shot taken. He had Abel Aguilar right next to him. Instead, Gabi pulled back and unleashed a shot into the hands of Ustari.
Right between the legs of Diaz that time.
Little frustration, number 16, Aguilar. I think he wanted to pass. Even if Getafe wanted a foul, they can't. They're getting there that late. Here's Aguilar. Babbage, another cross in. That time, Rafa is there, but a corner kick, Lindsay. We've had two corners, 2 goals for Zaragoza. Let's see what happens third time around.
They've been out swingers, beautifully curled out away from the goalkeeper. Let's see how this one is set up. And again, Getafe allowing the crosses too easily, Pablo.
This time it's going to be Marco Babbage. The other 2 corners were taken by Jorge Lopez. The Croatian. Babbage sends it in there, front post. Lopez was trying to flick it back. Hey, that's a moral victory for Getafe. Did not give up a goal on the corner kick. Long ball, we're looking for Babbage. Babbage all alone. One-timer into the hands of Ustari. That would have been the goal of the week. Marco Babbage pulled back, not easy to do. Put it on target. Give credit to Ustari with a nice save.
Leon has been bottled up. There is a free kick. Gavilan has been bottled up. And Zaragoza, Pablo, almost at will, playing balls in the air against that Getafe defense.
35 minutes in, that is the first foul committed by Zaragoza. And look at Marco Babbage. The left-footed shot, one-timer off the air. It wasn't a goal, but that, my friends, is not easy to do. Pedro Leon had a great game against Valencia with his set pieces. Let's see what he does here. Leon, good ball. Backtracking was Carrizo, nobody there. Boateng giving chase. Oh, it's all working. Arismendi calling for it. Ball switch. Flag stays down. One-on-one with Ustari. One-on-one with Ustari. Arismendi. No. All these misses gonna haunt Zaragoza, Lindsay.
Well, we'll see what happens in the second half, Pablo, but again, he nodded it down to himself, but he went very wide on the second touch instead of cutting back into the middle of the goal where I think he would have had better shooting options.
Manu, from Mane to Manu. Manu couldn't do much with it. Now Mane gets quickly beaten. Poncio controls it. Marco Babbage. From the wrong way.
Again, the duels, the little plays here that mean so much in terms of winning and keeping possession, all to the guys in the white.
Jorge Lopez is doing his Pedro Leon imitation. Again, Pedro Leon of Getafe, the game we did midweek with Lindsay. Pedro Leon was dominating the match, not only scoring, but with his play in the midfield, with his crosses off set pieces, and with his passing from the wing. Right now, the exact same story, but it's from number 7 of Zaragoza, Jorge Lopez. 2 corners, 2 goals, and right there, a little beautiful play, and that open ball to Marco Babbage was also by Jorge Lopez.
A lot of coaching going on from both coaching areas. Michel. Pedro Leon has been tightly marked Pablo in this match. And he's been back to the goal most of the time.
First time Celestini got a touch, and it's way back, close to his own 18. Now Boateng trying to put on the jukes. Why with Gavilan? A little better by Getafe here. We said it. They're only down 2 goals, and they can get one back. Boateng. Gavilan. To Mane.
Not the kind of crosses they're capable of. I mean, maybe not a bad idea, but where is Gavilan racing towards that goal line, byline, and then hitting that cross in? We haven't seen any of that.
Still plenty of time left in this one, but at the start of the day, Zaragoza was 15th in the standings. As of now, if they were to win this game, jump all the way to 7th place, just a point back out of a Europa League spot.
That's why it's too early, even with Atletico's problems, Villarreal, Pablo, to get too panicked about the situation.
Well, the real problem with Atletico, I think they had aspirations of maybe giving a chase for the LaLiga crown. Now they look up, they're already 13 points back of Real Madrid and Barcelona. Lopez. I can't wait till the halftime stats. If there's more than 2 fouls, I'll be shocked. Oh, right on cue. They had to ruin my point. Just the 3rd foul of the game. Extremely clean, fast moving game. In case you're watching at home, want to email us your thoughts during the halftime break. It's Goal Premium at goaltv.tv. GOL Premium at goaltv.tv. Nice switch to Mane. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Mane. Was it a cross or a shot? Either way, easy for JPC. Juan Pablo Carrizo.
I really want Gavilan with the ball there. Mane hitting it in. But again, who's there? Who could be there?
Would Soldado be there? Would you make the switch at halftime?
I think I'd definitely bring on Soldado, if not at halftime, and within the first 10 minutes of the second half. That looked like that was Adrian there, stretching out. We started in the midweek.
Diaz. See the goals by Abel Aguilar, 24th minute. Pavon, 17th. Both goals coming off corners. In case you missed them, stay tuned. The halftime break will recap the goals from this game, as well as plenty more. Here comes Zaragoza. Can they get 3 before the halftime break? Babic drops it back to Paredes. These two teams, Getafe, founded 1983. Different story for Zaragoza. They've been around a lot longer than 1983. Zaragoza, the home team, established 1932.
Well, we talk about that word tempo or pace of play, the phrase a lot, but you know, right now Getafe, they're going side to side, and it's so slow, it's very easy for all the Zaragoza players to shift over, and it takes away your options. And that's your only option. And well, that's a great touch, but it's difficult.
It was controlled by Pedro Leon. Over to Manu. Back to Pedrito Leon. Too slow. Marco Babic ran back. Good play by the Croatian. Here comes Jorge Lopez. Can't get there. Oh, number 7 knows he had a chance there. Had a wide open Arismendi on the right. Wasn't able to control. Here comes Gavilan. Lindsay said, I want Gavilan with the ball. Well, here's Gavilan. What a good pass by Gavilan. Put it down. Cleared down on a great free kick. Is it Pedro Leon time? Pedro Leon saying it's a foul, and Ayala is going crazy right now.
Well, Leon set that up, didn't he? I think he threw himself into Ayala on this play.
Ayala.
Leon looks very upset here too, so I'm wondering what.
Well, it's definitely a free kick for Getafe, but Ayala and Leon is like when you play out in the schoolyard, and between the two of you, you're trying to decide whether it's a foul or not. Your call, Lindsay, foul or not?
Yeah, it could be a foul. Ayala maybe moves just a little bit into the pathway of the player, and then they have a little discussion about it.
But it was great. Leon trying to convince Ayala that it was a foul.
Well, this is very close to where he scored in the midweek, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's going to be 2-1, which is exactly what Zaragoza does not want. All those blown opportunities. Getafe can get out of this half playing as bad as they did. Only down to go if Pedrito Leon can do it. Careful, Carrizo, because here comes the laser. Pedro Leon.
Different setup defensively, though, too, right? I mean, Carrizo is over on that side, and then he has a teammate on the post. So that's smart, setting up the defense that way.
Of course, having the teammate on the post opens you up for no offside trap. So maybe they could have chipped in, done something there. But they knew that this man was going to take it. So good decision by Carrizo. Why not have a little defender there, shrink that post just a bit. You don't see that often, though. I always question myself, why don't they do it often? I know you don't want to play that offside situation. That time Carrizo went with it, and it worked. Pedro Leon went high. Also, Lindsay, against Valencia, Getafe knew what to do. Stay back, counterattack. Well, Zaragoza only plays the one lone striker. They stay back, they sort of counterattack, and it's as if Getafe is not quite sure what type of game to play.
Well, again, you're right. Very difficult to get behind Zaragoza in this first half. Into the book there.
Well, after an extremely clean first half, very few fouls. It's all Ayala. And guess what? It's Ayala with Leon again. This time Ayala goes into the books. Zaragoza has this game in control, Lindsay. They cannot lose their cool.
For me, that, well, looks like nothing from here. Nothing. He fell down, he slips.
A yellow card for that? I don't think it was a foul.
Well, he's seen it all.
All right, Pedro, I hyped you up earlier with your set piece. Let's see what you do here. This time, nobody on the post. Leon curves it in. Punching it out is Carrizo.
Again, you see the quality of Pedro Leon on this set piece, don't you? He puts plenty of pace on it. And again, if I'm an attacking player, I'm going to charge through there, attack a space, near post, middle of the goal, far post, and try to get a piece of that ball. You just need to deflect it. That's all you need to do. Nobody went for it.
Mane. Good ball into Carrizo. Diving chip. Would have been an own goal. I'm not quite sure Pedro Leon got a touch on it. Again, Lindsay, nobody's crashing. And Cata Diaz gets knocked down. Nobody's crashing the post.
Well, it's picked up, hasn't it, with the feistiness, let's say. This skips through. It's off Ayala. And that's more like it for Getafe, Pablo. It's a little bit better for them in the last 5 to 10 minutes here.
And listen to the noise of La Romareda. They know their team has this game under control and they're losing their head. Referee says play on. It's Jorge Lopez, a player of the first half. Another good touch by Jorge Lopez. Drops it back to Abel Aguilar. Aguilar wide with Pulido. Pulido looking for Lopez. There is Rafa. They're only going to add 1 minute. Fans are getting nervous. And what color is this one going to be?
Is it on Michel or is it on Garcia Toral?
They were both standing side by side. Not quite sure. I don't think both referees know. I mean, both coaches know who it's for. Well, can't say it hasn't been fun. Goal Premium at goaltv.tv is the email. Where's the yellow card on Arismendi for that hard challenge?
Yeah. Again, it was right in front of the coaching area, wasn't it?
I think he kicked him out.
An assistant.
Well, Zaragoza had this game under control. And the last 5 minutes of top, they got their chances, Lindsay. Now they're down a coach. Referee for this match, Isaac Gomez. That is the end of the first half. That looked like it was all Zaragoza, but the tide seems to be quickly changing. We got 45 minutes left. Do not turn this game off. Plenty of time left for Getafe. Quick break and we'll be back with the first half highlights. You're watching Goal TV.
Seguro Sin Barreras no tiene secretos ni costos escondidos. Desde la comodidad de su casa con solo una llamada, en solo minutos, usted podrá iniciar, concretar y recibir su comprobante de póliza. Y podrá comparar los precios y coberturas de varias compañías sin moverse de casa.
¿Usted quiere una cotización para su seguro de auto, señor?
¿Tendré que ir hasta su oficina para llenar mi póliza?
Usted no necesita venir a la oficina porque nosotros por teléfono le podemos ayudar con su cotización. Yo le hago su póliza y se la envío por correo.
Tenga o no tenga licencia.
Underway, Soldado coming in, Getafe trying to make changes. They're down 2 goals. Pablo Alcina alongside Lindsey Dean. Lindsey, do you like the substitution? Bringing in the soldier, Soldado.
No, I think there's no doubt he had to make a move. He's made 2. Apparently Albin is on as well. And we'll wait to confirm that second change. But as you saw, Soldado's out there scoring the hat trick on the opening match day for Getafe. They need much more up front, a different look, a different attitude.
Getafe wearing all red, attacking from your left to right. Zaragoza, the home team, they got the white tops with the blue shorts. At the start of the round, Zaragoza was in 15th. 3 points here can move them as high as 7th place. But let's talk real quick about way at the bottom. Jerez, promoted for their first time ever, Lindsay, to the first division. It's been 5 rounds. They have yet to score a goal, but they got their first point. They got a scoreless draw. So Jerez, congratulations to them and their entire team. They pick up their first ever point in Spain's LaLiga.
Well, when you're coming up for the very first time, even though you've been around in 62 years like Jerez, you're taking baby steps. So again, they get a point. Now, see if they could score a goal and get 3 points.
Jerez tying Espanyol on the road. So good draw for them there. Ball sent in, and now comes Carrizo. Denying Pedro Leon.
Well, the last 10 minutes of the first half, Getafe got a little bit into the match. Again, Leon had a couple of forays forward. They get a corner here.
It's Rafa sending that good pass in. Leon takes all the corners. Leon puts it there. Out, punching it out is Carrizo. One-timer by Cata Diaz. He's got a cannon. Actually, that was Mané. Cata Diaz was right off to the right. Leon, step over. Trying to do it by himself. That's not going to work. Closing the door was Pulido.
I'm still trying to determine here who came off and whether Soldado was the lone substitute or Albin did come on. We got some word that Albin also came on, the Uruguayan.
Now Soldado who came in, he already got a yellow card. Another yellow card. Towards the end of the first half, the referee started dishing out yellows, also ejected an assistant coach.
Yeah, I think that's the original booking right there.
Yeah.
Flipping on the heel, Soldado. Well, maybe it's Gavilan. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's
it was
Gavilan and Cascaro, yes.
Gavilan Casquero out, Albin and Soldado in. So already 2 changes by Getafe. Casquero didn't mention his name at all. Part of that trio in the midfield for Getafe. They got no touches in the first half. So Casquero is out. Albin taking his spot. And then Soldado taking Gavilan's, but playing more as a 9.
Good step over there.
And now a chance for Getafe. He's got Pedro Leon open on the right. There's Leon with the cross. Anybody there's finally charging the net, but not able to get it on target.
Well, that's more like Getafe that we've seen, Pablo. They work the ball out of the back. They get some space open. Albin plays it wide to Leon. Look at the touch by Leon. He really has such an outstanding touch to get that ball across at a good angle.
Oh, Beam just came in, nearly scored. Here comes Pedro Leon. What a perfect tackle to not even get the foul. And the captain, Ayala, flying down. Zaragoza wants another goal, wants a little bit more distance. Abel Aguilar, he scored the second goal of the game. Aguilar to the middle. Aguilar drops it off to Gabi. Gabi out wide. Jorge Lopez, player of the match in my book early on. Lopez with space. He's got Gabi. Gabi back to Lopez. Jorge Lopez can't get there. It was Rafa blocking the way.
Tempo definitely improved for Getafe. Actually, both teams here as we begin the second half, picking up the pace.
Yeah, it's all Getafe now. Shot taken into the hands of Carrizo.
Well, we mentioned in the first half, Pablo, they're perfectly capable of turning things around. They have the ability. Michel making the adjustments. Tell you what, Zaragoza have a player on the bench, Everton, if they decide to use him, who has all the pace in the world.
Coming up next on Goal TV, Deportivo La Coruña taking on the Yellow Submarine of Villarreal. Villarreal towards the bottom of the standings, desperate for a victory. It's not going to be easy against a Deportivo La Coruña team. Deportivo currently 10th in the standings, still with the game in hand. Ball sent across. Headed on target. Ustadi is there. I believe it was Abel Aguilar trying to get goal number 2.
Again, Arismendi helps set this play up. It's deflected. There he is. Jorge Lopez this time coming outside in.
Few fouls early in the game. They're starting to pile up quick now. Poncio. Nice switch. Jorge Lopez. Lopez, the step over. Look at the nice little pass. The defender just got enough on it. I believe it was Mane to deny Jorge Lopez.
And Jorge Lopez again showing that just a smooth touch, wasn't it? Off that long pass.
Definitely was. Jorge Lopez had a fabulous match. Everything but score a goal, and he almost got a chance. That header just 3 minutes back. Poncio. Carrizo. Ustadi. Both Argentine goalies. Confused me there. It was Oscar Ustadi, the Getafe goalie, with the save. Mentioned Uche, the younger brother of Ikechukwu Uche, the Zaragoza striker who's out for the rest of the season with a knee injury.
And a lot of reports saying that Zaragoza will get to sign another striker.
Leon.
There's a little bit of criticism for Leon, just maybe too many touches sometimes.
Play on, says the referee. Now a chance for Getafe. One move too many. Nice work by Pulido to close the angle.
Again, the key for Getafe, Pablo, for me is get the ball, hit it hard across. Soldado is always lurking in there. See if it can cut it back to him. We can make something out of nothing.
Still plenty of time left. They call a 2-0 lead most deceptive lead in the game. I like it more than a 1-0 lead, of course, but for some reason, that's just the saying that they say, Lindsay. The worst lead possible is 2-0.
Well, it's a psychological issue, really, isn't it? The comfort zone creeps into the back of some players' minds.
Send across.
And because you're up 2, you think you're invincible. And then as soon as you give up the first goal, everything is on the edge again.
So far, Zaragoza has avoided giving up that first goal. Marco Babic.
Babic, one of those new players for Zaragoza.
Babic, 28 years old, from Yugoslavia. Paredes. Torres clear, not far enough. And a nice sliding play by Celestini. The captain, Ayala.
Again, nothing down the flanks. Zaragoza has been very good in this match. Delaying, denying, no room. And Getafe not typically the type of team that has a target striker, you know, that checks back and helps get the ball in the middle of the pitch in that attacking area. They do like to go down the flanks.
Trying to get the ball to Boateng, but the 26-year-old winger from Ghana hasn't been able to get much going in this game. He also joined the club in 2009. Paredes. Carrizo. Ayala. Diaz. 3 Argentines in the game for Zaragoza.
And he's lucky.
Yellow card.
He's lucky he got fouled on that play, Boateng. That was a very shaky pass. It's late by Gabi, but there's that soft ball played back and nearly intercepted and off to the races.
So Gabi's got a yellow, Ayala's got a yellow, Soldado also has a yellow card. 2 yellows for each team.
There it is again. 3 players for Zaragoza taking away the space of Leon.
Arismendi. Getafe's been able to control him. Here's Arismendi. 2 men on him. Arismendi. I thought the ball went past the end line. And it did. It's the goal kick. Celestini. Deportivo La Coruña, Villarreal coming up next. Nearing the 1 hour mark in this game. Mane. A little more urgency by the visitors. Paredes. Can't get there. Pedro Leon. Sometimes everything works, as it did for Leon against Valencia. Sometimes it just doesn't. Number 20 has not been able to get going in this one. Here's Leon. Cross. Again, sometimes it works, Lindsay. Sometimes it doesn't. Midweek, all his passes were perfect. That one just into the hands of Carrizo.
Well, you expect really masterful preparation by the managers. Garcia Torral definitely, with his assistants looking at the way Getafe played in that midweek match, in my opinion, taking some notes, working on some things, talking to his club about some things. Arismendi bottled up that time by Diaz. Sometimes it's not just about playing fast all the time, but being able to pick up the pace very, very quickly. Getafe has been a club that can do that, but they haven't done it much in this game.
Gata to Celestini. Boateng. Knocked off the ball cleanly by Abel Aguilar, who's also had a nice match.
Not strong enough for Boateng, in my opinion. Just bounced around too easily.
Babic. Trying to find Arismendi. Poncio. What a pass by the Argentine. Nothing Gabby could do with it. Just a goal kick.
Again, floated in the air. Beautiful swerve of the ball to meet the running player, Gabi.
Next up for Zaragoza, they take on Atletico Madrid. Leon.
He's hardly had any help, has he, Pablo, in this game? Leon, when he does get possession, there's nobody near him.
He wasn't able to team up with Manu at all in the first half, and Soldados came in here. They added another striker, Lindsay. Again, Soldado, no touches. Manu, nothing. And you already mentioned Boateng. It's been very disappointing in this one.
And again, Boateng ends up on the ground. Aguilar is still on his feet.
Adrian set to check in for Getafe. Abel Aguilar. Boateng now playing more in the midfield with Soldado in the game. Manu. Now he's more of a winger with Soldado as the 9. Mistake by Manu. The captain Ayala. Boateng to Pedro Leon. Getting pulled. Finally, the whistle play on. No, it's Soldado. Soldado with the shot. One-timer to Carrizo.
Leon continues to do everything that he possibly can. Gets 3 defenders around him. Soldado. Again, want him in the box. I want him in front of the goal. I want him hanging out in that spot where he's so effective for the most part. Maybe Adrian is going to come on and play on the flank. Leon a little bit inside of him. Soldado in the middle.
Soldado just 24 years old. Began his career with Real Madrid. Mistake by Pedro Leon. Nice ball by Poncio. Again looking for Arismendi. Leon, Soldado, Boateng. I think Zaragoza, Lindsay, was watching the Getafe-Valencia match, and they are playing almost identical to how Getafe was playing against Valencia. And here they come, just bottle them up in the back and try to get them with a counterattack. Exactly what they're doing here. Arismendi out wide.
Well, they're definitely willing to sit back and absorb the pressure.
What a shot! Just wide. Jorge Lopez thought he wasn't going to get to it. What a good curving ball by Babic.
And again, it's floated in. Look at this. Nobody near the youngster Babic. He's free to loft that ball in however he pleases that time. And that's one of the things that Michel, I'm sure, is going to look at no matter what happens in this match with his side. Boateng is out. Adrian Gonzalez is on. Let's see where he lines up. Boateng is in the middle. Definitely want Leon on the flank still if you can.
Next up for Getafe, they take on Osasuna at home, followed by a road match against Mallorca. Slip by Poncio. The Argentine gets it out wide to Lopez.
Again.
Babic, nice control. Let it. Oh, whoa. I thought he was going to unleash that fury. That time the right foot, not as strong as his left foot that he had earlier on. Easy save for Ustadi. Poncio.
You can see Adrian Gonzalez more or less in the same position as Boateng, in the middle, in front of the back four. Now, this is an interesting match, Pablo. With that 2-0 lead, as you say, though, still very much in question.
Well, Getafe at least has been able to stay away from the corner kicks in this second half. Zaragoza yet to take a corner. It was nightmares for Getafe in the first half. Both goals coming off corner kicks. Adrian Gonzalez wants it back, gets it. AG. Adrian Gonzalez with a nice switch. But again, Zaragoza, Lindsay, just staying back, bottling them up, taking away their strikers. The exact same formula that Getafe used on David Villa and their wingers is being played on them.
Well, the old adage, square passes and back passes won't hurt you. You can afford to give up possession if your opponents are just going to play back and forth and play back.
And then try to land the home run balls they do there with Manu.
But on the other hand, Getafe is showing some discipline.
Oh, nice one touch by Arismendi.
But they just have not been able to break down Zaragoza. That's the bottom line here. You can push them back. You can play in front of them.
Quick restart, Pedro Leon. Can he get there? Oh, he outsmarted himself. The set piece was way too quick. And Pedro Leon has not been your day. But all he needs is one set piece. This game can change quickly.
Try to connect that time with Albin.
Babic.
Aguilar, Diaz.
Babic off the head of Cata Diaz, fell right to Jorge Lopez. Wasn't able to control it. Here comes Getafe. See, they speed it up a little bit. Getafe down 2 goals, running out of time. So Mane pushing up. Mane, the left back, with the cross inside. Trying to find Manu. Soldado, a hat trick in the opener of the season. Has yet to score since that game.
Now we see Leon in the middle.
Chest pass by Celestini, gets it right back.
I'm not sure if Michel told Leon to move in the middle, but I would say at this point, step in the middle here. If they're going to take the flanks away, see if you can get something going in the middle of the pitch. Connect with Albin.
Poncio not agreeing. Neither is Arismendi. Looked like Diaz was getting his arm tugged. Gonzalez. Albin. Albin to Soldado. Back to Albin. Again Albin. He had a chance to score right at the start of the second half.
Well, they're drawing the crowd. The question is, when they do, can they get it to an open teammate near that penalty area? And again, you see the collapsing, tightening Zaragoza defense. Like an accordion back there. The more pressure, the closer they get.
Poncio. Arismendi wanting it. Poncio. Wide with Marco Babic. Babic, one-timer with the pass, trying to surprise Cata Diaz. That's not going to work. Over to Ustadi.
Just a deflection off Diaz, not a back pass.
Poncio. Now the game's been going around for a long time, but one of the greatest decisions by FIFA and by the game, the pass back to the goalie where he can't pick it up. You don't like to see changes in games very often, but I think that one of the best rules ever changed was that one. Adrian Gonzalez. Pedro Leon just looks a little bit tired. Different player than against Valencia. Leon, Soldado, wide.
And again, nothing wrong with that ball in. Really, nothing wrong with that at all. Soldado has got to love this. Leon gets a rare look.
For Marco Babic.
Played well, didn't he? He gives him a lot of options on the left side. It's a good acquisition, Babic. Here comes the Englishman on penalty. This is the good news. New acquisitions like these two players, Pablo in LaLiga. I think if everything works in their favor, Zaragoza definitely going to get better here as the season moves along.
Don't forget, more action from La Liga coming up after this one. Deportivo La Coruña taking on Villarreal. Shot taken, long range. I believe it was Celestini.
I think so, yes. And one of the rare opportunities he's even touched the ball. But look at this. There's a fair amount of opening in front of him again. Zaragoza stepping back. He gets some of it.
Also every Sunday night, 9 p.m., La Liga 360. The Spain's first division covered from every angle. La Liga. All the goals, all the matches, plus inside reports and analysis. La Liga 360, Sunday nights on Goal TV. Jorge Lopez. Back to Paredes.
They'll do as much of this as they can. Keep possession.
Between the legs of Celestini. Wide with Lopez now playing on the left wings. He's been playing on the right for much of the game. With Babic out, looks like Jorge Lopez moved to the left with Pennant going to the right. Speaking of, Pennant crosses it inside. Had Arismendi towards that back post. Diaz. Celestini. Nearly bounced over to Soldado. Headed to Pedro Leon. Hits it back. Soldado. What a nice pass to Albin. One-timer saved by Carrizo.
A little bit precarious that time. Zaragoza in defense. Again, letting the ball bounce. Atapi playing a little soccer tennis. Albin has that quick shot.
Great pass by Soldado. Jorge Lopez. Pennant. Good word to keep it in play. A little Hacky sack move by the Englishman. Albin, Soldado. Albin. Soldado, can he get there? The 24-year-old, just not enough speed.
Doesn't look quite fit, does he? Usually got a little bit more in the tank moving forward than that Soldado. Pretty good pass, pretty good discipline again by Getafe. It's definitely been better since Albin and Soldado came on.
And also Gonzalez, who replaced Boateng, because Boateng was non-existent in the 60-plus minutes that he played. Diaz, making it complicated for Ustadi. Stadium seats about 35,000. Making noise now. Mane. Ball to Albin. Jorge Lopez.
The subtleties of the game so important sometimes. Again, look back on this, the duels, the 50-50 balls. Again, Zaragoza have won most of those. It adds up.
Diaz. Oh, perfect defender. Defending by Pulido.
Another example again right there, Pulido.
Poncio. Actually, that's Abel Aguilar. Back to Aguilar. Scored the second goal of the game. The first one scored by Pavon. Both goals coming off corners in the first half. Pennant. Looked like the referee was going to go and blow the whistle. He brought it to his mouth, and then he just said, oh, changed my mind, play on. Fans didn't like it. Celestini. Asking for it is Torres. He gets it. Soldado right outside the top of the box. Pedro Leon. Everything he's tried hasn't worked that time. Nice pass out wide to Albin. Albin over the head of Soldado. And it's Pulido, who's also had a very nice match playing that right back position with the clear.
Better that time. Leon had an option when he cut the ball inside. The overlapping player. Still plenty of time, Pablo, again. If they get one Getafe, then everything bubbles and boils again.
Don't forget, in 13 minutes, Deportivo La Coruña taking on Villarreal. You can, of course, hear Phil Shane and Ray Hudson. Love Ray at Goal TV. He'll be coming up next. Deportivo La Coruña taking on Villarreal. Diaz. To the Rafa. Lindsay, I got a little question for you. Look into your crystal ball. Who will fail to win first? Barcelona or Real Madrid? We're watching history. Neither. It had never happened before where both teams won their first 4 games. Well, now both teams have won their first 5. So it's a 50-50, flip a coin, pick 'em. Who does not win? Not who loses, who fails to win first.
Well, it is really a flipper coin, isn't it? The way they're playing right now. Somebody's going to have to collectively have a bad day, first of all, which in the long marathon of the season will happen. And then secondly, the opponent has to play a great match, which will happen at some point. And here comes this maybe Everton coming back. This guy was one of the reasons they've come back to the Primera. Arizmendi did well, I thought. Typical performance, working hard, trying to make plays happen. But this is a different type of player coming on. And exciting to have him back in La Liga, Pablo. Everton. Not just the speed without the ball, but when he carries the ball, the power of the shot.
The Brazilian enters the game.
And definitely capable of putting this one away for Zaragoza.
Remember, in the first half, Zaragoza had several chances to make it 3-0. Not able to get it. Here comes Everton. De Souza. A bit too far up front.
We've seen him hit some masterful goals in prior seasons.
Minutes to go in this one. We were raving about Getafe midweek, Lindsay. Fast forward a couple of days. Is it tired legs? Is it a better Zaragoza?
I think it's a better Zaragoza side. They just took advantage of a couple of things that they saw. Again, the goals, play in the air.
Everton, Enrique De Souza, Brazilian, 28 years old. What a pass by Everton. Oh, the Englishman putting this game away. Jermaine. Oh no, it's Abel Aguilar again? It is Abel Aguilar. The first flick by Everton was simply perfect. Abel Aguilar, A squared. Aguilar with the goal. It's all Zaragoza. Give Everton credit. The Brazilian comes in and a pinpoint perfect pass, and Abel Aguilar does the rest.
Speed and the touch. Everton over the top. Aguilar, the Colombian, well, he's brought a lot of quality to this Zaragoza side. Strength, he wins challenges, he scored in the air, and a cool finish in front of the goal.
9 minutes to go in this one.
We knew Everton would be a game changer. He's back, and Zaragoza definitely looking brighter.
Everton flicked it to the open space. There was no player from Zaragoza there, but he saw the streaking in Aguilar. And then Aguilar, no doubt about it, blasted it by Ustadi.
Well, you have to give him space, Everton, or he just slips by you. And once that happens, he's got all sorts of options. Wow, what a game changer, huh? Is that his first touch, second touch?
Ooh, fans wanted another one. That was the first time he touched the ball. His first touch towards himself was nice, and then the perfect little flick on to Aguilar. Three goals on the season for Aguilar.
Now, again, you mentioned Pennant. He hasn't scored yet for his new club, and if he's matured as they hope, there could be a lot of good news for Zaragoza fans. It's been a rough start, but again, under the circumstances.
Well, they go from 15th in the standings to now 7th. With 3 points. Season started off with a good win.
Some goal.
Our coach giving Aguilar this nice little ovation by taking him out.
Tremendous performance, really. Not just the goals, but all the other things that he's done well in this game. The challenges, winning the ball. Some goal coming on.
Soldado drops it back. Pedro Leon. Nice save by Carrizo. Ustadi is getting it around Everton. Getafe will drop from 8th, sorry Lindsay, down to 12th in the standings with this loss.
I think Michel is going to work with them on some of these plays, defending set pieces, the corners, obviously. I think they've been out-muscled in this match, too, and he's going to review that kind of lack of quality for his side. They're usually very physical and good, Casquero, Celestini, but not today.
Pedro Leon. Leon, back post.
Wow, good quality though, wasn't it? Put it right there again. Oh, I guarantee you Ayala's going to congratulate Leon after this game. Because as much as Leon has been bottled up, he's still showing these glimpses of his ability.
Carrizo. Deportivo La Coruña taking on Villarreal coming up next. After that, action from Brazil. The Brasileirão. Showing you Sao Paulo taking on Corinthians. Got Everton using his body. As you throw Rafa off pace a bit.
Don't let him get that first touch. I think 28 goals last season in the second division with Zaragoza for Everton.
Tremaine with a good ball. Jorge Lopez was in the middle. Poncio can't control. It's going to be a foul on Poncio. Leon. Pedro Leon. Soldado. Leon. All by his lonesome. Now he's got two men in the box. Leon. Good work. Leon drops it back. Had Soldado. His blue shoes wanted to fire, but Gabi got there first. Jorge Lopez. Home fans want another one. Everton, you're offside. Instead, Jorge Lopez goes out wide. One-timer, and out comes Ustadi.
Good decision that time by Lopez not to play it to the Brazilian. We saw Getafe hold a very powerful Valencia side in the midweek, and now Zaragoza holds Getafe.
Leon. Carrizo could have taken a nap in the second half. The Argentine goalie for Zaragoza did not need to make a single save in the second half. It's amazing, this deep into the season, Atletico Madrid yet to get a victory.
We're just back to the question about Barca, Real Madrid being upset again. When will they have a bad day, either one of them, and when will their opponents have a great day? And is that enough still, with all of the quality of those two rivals?
That might just result in a draw.
Right. If they're lucky.
In case you're wondering, the showdown. November 29th. Barcelona hosting Real Madrid at the Camp Nou. So 7 games from now. Keep watching LaLiga all season long. Again, making history. First time ever Real Madrid and Barcelona both win their first 4 games. Now they've won their first 5 games, in case you missed any of those goals. 5 in the game for Barca or Real Madrid. La Liga 360, 9 p.m. today. Lindsay, closing thoughts on this game?
Well,
Getafe just looks out of gas.
You know, they look out of gas, but I think Zaragoza really took the wind out of their sails. They took their chances well on the corners. They played well in the air. They saw some things, I think, based on Getafe's recent performances. They took advantage of that. And they've given up nothing. Look at the compactness again. Good game plan. They sit back. They don't go too far back, but they close together. Kept him bottled up most of the time, not all the time. But again, my question, where was his help? He was alone most of the time, Pedro Leon.
And bringing Soldado in the second half didn't result in anything. Boateng, nothing at all this game. Manu, hardly mentioned him. No shots on goal for Manuel del Toral.
It's just amazing, isn't it, how the personalities of a club can change in a few days.
We have Osasuna next. Zaragoza next takes on Atletico Madrid, and Atletico Madrid at home. Talk about a game that they simply have to win. They got a draw against Valencia this round, a 2-2 result. It's still not a victory. Back post.
They did, thanks to Maxi. I think that was an extra time. He scored the game time goal.
Added 2 minutes, we'll go to 92. Yeah, you're right, Lindsay. 92nd minute. Maxi scoring the equalizer. What a heartbreak for Valencia.
Yes, and
3 draws in a row. I mean, a draw, a loss, and a draw last 3 games for Valencia. They tied Sporting Gijón, then they fell to Getafe, and then they give up an equalizer in the 92nd minute.
Yeah, that's right. And 3 games ago, it was a late draw, I believe, against Gijón, David Villa's ex-team, and he was very, very upset about that. So I can't imagine how upset he is now. Those are points not given away, but points that they don't collect, and they want to be contenders.
Let's see that 92nd minute, even though it just saved 1 point by Maxi Rodriguez. Let's see if it kickstarts Atletico Madrid. Next up, they take on this Zaragoza team, who today, impressive. Love the work by number 7, Jorge Lopez, and Abel Aguilar with the 2 goals. But I thought number 7 really dominated this game, and I also really liked Babic in the first half. Everton, what a nice pass again. Is it 4? Saved by Ustadi. Songo.
Well, Jorge Lopez definitely was the master craftsman of this match with the corners.
That is all. Impressive. Zaragoza, 2 goals off corners. Abel Aguilar, another one in the second half. For Lindsay Dean, I am Pablo Alcina. Keep it here. You're watching Goal TV.
Next, Deportivo La Coruña versus Villarreal. 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific on Goal TV.
Ultimate Goal, the ultimate soccer training goal. One goal does it all. Ultimate Goal. Go for the goal at ultimagoal.com.